Hey guys, how are you today? Welcome to my show. My name is Kelly Donovan, otherwise known as Knitting and Things, and this is my Monday 1 p.m. afternoon show. Live show where we get to chat and have fun and all those kind of things. Today I have no idea what I'm going to do. But I want to show a few things that I've been doing on my YouTube and some results. And then we're going to move on to some fun things. Maybe a grungy art journal page. Maybe, I don't know. So if you guys have any questions for me, just leave them. Oh yes, Vanessa, we do have the file on All Things Creative. You're right. I just always forget when I'm on live to get people, like when people come in with their names, I'm always out of it. I'm always out of it anyway, so who am I? I want to show a few things instead of me making a video about it and talk about it for a few minutes, and then we're going to go on and do something fun, I hope, or at least a couple things that are fun that I'm going to do. Okay, first of all, you'll know, or most of you know, that I made puffy paint. Now, on my YouTube, somebody left a comment stating that they saw it mixed with white school glue as well as what I put in it. So what I did was yes, I do. I paint fairies. I do all that kind of stuff, which I'm going to be doing more of because I notice on my YouTube, I'm going to try to do a, how you say, I do a lot of things to show people like okay, we'll start here. Like this that I'm doing now. This is kind of a basic kind of thing to show people who have never done a canvas or even in their art journal or on a piece of cardstock how to do it. I did it step by step with a blank canvas. And she's obviously just a little girl, you know, like a nice little folk art girl with a background, and I'm gonna finish this up for people who are beginners. But something that has been on my mind as of late is that I'm also not showing what I can do, if that makes sense. I love doing fairies. I love doing dark art. I love doing things that I like. And I know that it doesn't appeal to everybody. I mean, I love doing clay. And so many people ask me about clay. And I'm always like, I really have to clean my area and get my other camera out for me to do clay. So, I know I'm rambling, but I'm going to kind of start kind of having a day for everything, if that makes sense. Or like, if I do this painting, like for beginners and everybody to kind of do it, and I teach how to do the face and kind of, we're going to do some clothes on her and whatnot. And then next time I might do like a fairy drawing or something. Will I show it step by step? It depends on if people want to see it. I don't know. But again, I love dark art. I love, you know, and I try to be pleasing to everybody because I know everybody doesn't love. I just had a conversation today with a friend of mine about dark art and those kind of things. And but it is part of who I am, if that makes sense. Did you watch, Pat? Did you watch this from start to finish on how I did it? I mean, I don't know how well. Let me show this part. Like, look at the background that comes through. And a lot of people think that that's not, you know, that's not nice. But I love it. You know what I mean? And like her face, like I look at her, like her chin here, and you can see that there's texture in there from whatever was underneath. So, you know, I'll darken that in a little bit and shade it, but I'm not going for a very realistic face. I also want to draw more realistic faces with the shading and in charcoal and pencil. And again, I don't know, you know, if that's going to appeal to a lot of my, I call them friends, but they're subscribers on YouTube. But I have to do, you know, I love taking requests. I get a lot of requests for clay. I get a lot of requests for jewelry. I'm doing a knit stitch coming up for anybody who likes to knit. I have a knit stitch that I'm going to do. I know, Zoila, and all you have to do, Zoila, is ask. Like, oh, can I see, can you do this for me and show me? And I love I love showing things, and I love breaking down products and teaching you, like the puffy paint, for instance. You know what I mean? You don't have to go buy puffy paint. Make it yourself. You know, people are asking me, is it archival? Is it this? I don't know. I use it in my art journal and when I'm playing around, just to play, to widen my creativity. Does that make sense? Hey, Vanessa, sorry. So, okay, so when you say, do I paint fairies, do you want me to show how I draw and paint them, or do you just want to see that in my art? Like, are you looking to learn how to do it? No, thank you, Zoila. Baby Girl 1969. Oh, can I have your name, please? Please, please, please. Okay, draw and paint a fair. That's awesome, because that gives me feedback. I know I'm talking a lot, but that gives me a lot of feedback to know, like, where, because, you know, having a lot of people on my YouTube, and I'm so blessed and so thankful. And that's why I do the giveaways that I do. I can't always do big giveaways, but I have another giveaway coming up soon. But I want to, you know, I want to make clay dolls with you guys. Like, and I don't know if that interests you, or polymer clay dolls, or cloth dolls, and, you know, so many things. And I don't know how many that interests, and I don't want to get people not, you know, it's hard to mix it up with so many people. Okay. Yeah, baby girl, you. What's your first name? Can you please do a video how to make your own glue for clear stamp, like aliens tack it over and over? I'm going to write that down, and I'm going to research, and we're going to figure that one out. That's what I like. I love feedback. I love knowing. I got a very big book of stuff that I have to do. And with not feeling well, it's been hell to try to do. So you just want to tack it over and over. Okay. Babette. Hello, Babette. I didn't know. I'm going to have to write your name down so I know, my baby girl. I'm like somebody in my that was born the same year I am. All right. Okay. Hello, Babette. Don't mind the beauty, okay? Don't. But, okay, so... okay, so, yes. So, the background to this was really fun, and I had several people ask me about how to... I'm sorry, I'm reading. Wait a minute. Yeah, it is a great year. Although I wish I was born to be able to go see. I'm a Jim Morrison and the Doors freak and Janis Joplin, so I wish I could have gone and seen them in concert. But anyway, yeah, 69. Okay, wait, let me read this. Okay, I saw a guy who painted 3 girls and added paint that was only visible under black light. Ah, that is awesome. I'm gonna write that down too. Aren't you guys glad you came? I'm just writing down little tips here to do. All right, so we paint a girl, and then only shown, I'll have to look that up, under black light, and it was skeleton. All right. Yeah, it's glow in the dark. Yeah, I saw your elephant today, which was awesome. Hi, Terry. Gosh, I haven't seen you in forever. How are you feeling? You feeling any better, Terry? And Tosh Angel, what is your name? I just like knowing people. I know Terry Wilson. Tosh Angel. Just let me know your first name, baby doll, because I like to be able to know who I'm talking to, and then I'm going to move on, and then... Natasha. Are you mine, Natasha? Yeah, I did see your elephant, and I absolutely loved it. And I think that gluing a thing on the back, and I can't think of the name right now. One of these, which I have. Let's see. I think would be awesome, and put it in between and put a layer of black clay on the back. And then I think putting these on there would be, excuse my dog's barking, would be absolutely awesome on the elephant. The bale, thank you! Natasha Brooke, okay. I'm just trying to remember everything. Alright, and then I'm going to get going. Okay. And I want to thank you all. I am so thrilled. I thought I'd have 2 people here, and I am so blessed, you guys. Thank you. Okay, so yeah, I don't look at it. I have it up there. I'm gonna do something with it. I literally was blown away because I've not looked at a picture of him in probably a year and a half. So opening it was quite the surprise and beautiful at the same time. So okay, so let me show you this really quick. This is right here, and I don't know if you can see it. That is the puffy paint that I added the white school glue to that somebody had mentioned that she had seen done, and it dried like shit. I mean, it dried like all ridgy and everything. So I don't know about that. I don't know about adding the glue to it. This is what I did just with the shaving cream and the color and the paints, whatever color paint you want. And the video is on my YouTube. You just mix shaving cream with whatever color acrylic paint you want, put it in a bottle, whatever, and you get your own puffy paint. Like down here. And it's a puffy paint, and like I said, you know, if I was more careful and doing what, you know, being more careful and everything like that would look much better. And then you can also use it, you know, as texture, like I did in this heart over here. And that I pushed down, and I would probably go over that with black paint to get the black in there so it looks like really dark, you know, and cool. That's in that, and I think that's it. I think that's all I have to show. Okay, let me see. Yeah, I know, Terry. I'm so sorry. I did do the glue, but now mind you, that's on paper that's not gessoed or anything, so I've not played around with it on gessoed paper. But the puffy paint, like I said, the first thing of puffy paint I did where I did just the straight shaving cream and the acrylic paint. The acrylic paint has plastic in it as it is because it's an acrylic based, you know, it has that polymer or whatever in it. So it's already a plasticized paint. So mixing it with the shaving cream gives it more. Adding the glue to it gives it more of a, at least in my opinion. You might try it and love it, and I think that's all great and everything, and let me know. But for me, using the glue in any sense of doing it created a different texture and something that I didn't like. I like the smoothness. All right, now I'm going to bring the camera down, and we shall play. Now, I'm going to do one of two. I'm going to do 2 things today, since you guys sat through and listened to me talk like a weirdo. Okay, let me just make sure I'm on the camera because y'all don't need to be seeing what I got under my shirt. All right, so what I'm going to do is try and get on, because they don't let you be on camera and see chat at the same time, which really stinks. So, this is just a art journal. It's a sketchbook. Not a big deal. Not worrying about it. And I'm going to take a stencil. I believe this is from my friend Angie. She made it. And she either made, I think she made this one. I'm almost positive. And this is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to take clear gesso. I mean, white gesso. I was going to try the clear, but I think I'll just do the white. Because some of us do not have, I'll do half and half. Some of us do not have the ultra thick embossing enamel. So I thought, okay, this is white gesso, And it can be any brand. It does not have to be this. It could be whatever brand. I have Pro Art. I have everything. Except it's shut. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do half and half. I'm going to pour a little bit on here of that. And I'm going to take a card that has, I've really been playing with the puffy paint. I have it over every card. And I'm going to smear it in. And this is just gesso. And I'm going to try to get it in all them little things. I'm only going to take it down halfway because I am going to do clear. And I love doing this on paintings when I do my canvases. But this is really fun for your art journal too. And then just kind of scrape up the extra. And if you have a page, I'm not going to move that yet. If you have a page that, you know, you want to just scrape that on to get that off. Add texture to another page, no problem. And then I'm going to take clear gesso. And I love clear gesso, and I'm shaking it out. And this does not have to be perfect. This could be a start to a grunge page for yourself. And I'm just going to dribble that on there just like I did the other. And I'm going to take my card, and I'm going to use the other side so I don't mix the white with it. And I'm just going to scrape it down and get it on there. Now, white gesso I have found, white gesso is one of my favorite things. Black gesso as well. Now, obviously, with white gesso, to make black gesso, you just mix your black acrylic paint in there. So you don't need anything special. But white and clear, black and clear, I'm sorry, are my favorites, honestly, because they really let you add on, and I'm going to do that in my painting that I'm doing on the on my YouTube. But so we have this, and I'm going to lift this up, and I think you could do without my dog's hair in there. I'm just saying. Now you could take this and again take a page, and I like to just kind of push down to get any of that off. You're going to hear my husband and my dogs in a few minutes because he's going to pick up my daughter. And then I have that for another, which will probably end up sticking, but to the other page, but I'm not worried. And then I give it a little wipe. You don't have to, but and before I dry it, I'm going to check to see the comments because I love to read the comments. All right, so you just sit there and let me read. Okay. Oh, Terry, I'm glad that you're getting back into crafts again. You're so talented. You and that goddamn origami. Yes, and that's who it is. It's Angie, and she makes and sells these stencils. Yep, people use the stencil burning tool. Clear gesso is... Yeah, gesso is like a thick Mod Podge. What it is it's white acrylic paint with a, some sort of like, what word do I want to say? You know I'm horrible with words. With a, polymer, thing in it that makes it a little bit, let me think how I can explain it. That makes it a little bit chalky. And that's why I say when you go to your art stores, and I can't think of the word right now that I want to use, but it's basically acrylic paint. To make clear, I would use white Elmer's glue, white school glue. And I've shown it before. Maybe I'll do another video on it, how you can make it clear, and it dries clear. But it's a primer, but it has a chalkiness in it. And you can buy very, very cheap store brand white acrylic paint. Like I don't know in Sweden what the brands and everything are, but like we have AC Moore here and Michaels and Joann's and there's Hobby Lobby, but there's none by me. And they all have store brand paint, acrylic paint. And I will buy that and use the white as a primer, if that makes sense. So you don't necessarily have to do this, you know, have like these particular items. And yeah, what it does is it kind of puts on your page a boundary so it doesn't soak in. So things don't soak in, if that makes sense. And this might not even work what I'm trying to do, so we'll see. Then we shall move on. Just want to dry it because you really want it to be very dry. What, honey? All right, be careful. I got my phone on me. Hi, Linda. My goodness, I got 14 people. I didn't even think I would have 3. I always say buy cheap white paint and use that as your gesso. But understand this also. Whatever color you put down on your paper, like say you're doing a background, which we will be doing in a few minutes. I'll show you a little tip to how I like to start a grunge page and how I'm going to start it on a canvas. I'll show you. But matter of fact, I'll probably do that now while this finishes drying, so we can get 2 things done here since we're a half hour in and I talk way too much. All right, let's choose this. All right, this is a piece of, and it's going to go out of focus. The acrylic paint would give the PVA school glue color. Do you know what I'm saying? So I have to see and play mad scientist for a few to figure out. You can water down your white school glue a little bit so it's a thinner consistency and put it on, and maybe we'll do that in a few seconds so you can we can see if we can figure that out on here. I wish there was sunlight here. It looks like it could have sunlight here. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna do all greens. Now bear with me while I look for my greens because I wasn't planning on it, but I'm excited to do so. A green. Where's all my greens at? Okay. Got some green, got some green. It's yellow. Come on, baby. Isn't that wonderful when you go to look for things and you're like, ugh, it's just not working? I think I have any greens in there. Bear with me, please. Talk amongst yourselves. That's a green. I don't know how many color greens I need, but we shall see. Are you a green? I think you are. Okay, so we'll just start with this. And let's see how we do. Okay, so we have green, green, green. And I'm going to move my camera up so y'all can see a little bit better of what we're going to do. Okay, so let me see if there's any questions or anything. 16 viewers! Woohoo! Want to make sure I said hello to everybody because I hate not doing that. Lay down, please. These dogs are going to drive me crazy now. Hey, oh gosh. Tam. I'm looking for green paint. I'm going to make a, yes, I'm going to decide I have this idea that I'm doing on a canvas. And somebody said, why don't you, they wanted to see kind of a grunge thing. So I thought I'd do a grunge kind of background of what I'm thinking about doing on my canvas. And then what I did prior was take regular gesso and clear gesso, and I'm letting that finish dry so I can do something else with that when we're done. Yes, but I'm wacko, and I just, so I got my greens. So you pick whatever color that you want. If you want it in red, if you want it in pink, orange. I lost all train of thought of colors. I hate when it goes out of focus. It drives me crazy. Okay, so take a pencil very lightly and kind of, like, let's say we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have like 6 colors here, we'll say. So I'm just going to kind of draw these like imaginary lines. And I'm just going to kind of go like this, just so I kind of basically know where I want my colors to be. Why does it have to be out there so far? Why can't you just work with me here? What is the issue? The issue is me, obviously, but okay. Here we go. So I'm going to take my paintbrush, and this is the size I'm using, and it's a 18, whatever the heck that means. But it's a bigger size brush, and I'm going to wet it, and then I'm going to kind of dry it off just to get the bristles ready. And I'm going to start with colors. Now I'm going to try to go dark to light, but it's yours, so you do whatever you want. And maybe opening it. Oh, I hate these things that don't come out. See when they're already open and they squirt everywhere like they just did on me? Isn't that just fantastic? Ta-da! Everything on my desk is covered with dark green. Aren't I wonderful? Wasn't that fun? Lord have mercy on me. Okay. Just come off. Alright. You gonna squirt out somewhere? It's coming out the side. I don't know what the heck it's doing. Anyway, my dogs are gonna think somebody's at the door. Well, that's nice. Alright. This obviously has an issue I will deal with later. I have no idea what. That's a lot of green paint. Alright. So I'm going to paint. And I'm going to just kind of do like this and paint my square. And then take all that extra and go into my dog's out there barking with me. Go onto my little canvas and paint. Just because I have the extra paint. And this is kind of where I was going to do my thing anyway, so why not? Usually I'd scrape it back in the bottle, but that bottle is really being a jerk today. So, and make sure you do when you do a canvas, that you do your edges. Because it'll save you a lot of aggravation at the end when you have to go back, because I'm good for that, having to go back and do the edges. I'm going to take a little bit more and do some over here. That's why they tell you keep your desk clean, because I have stuff everywhere. And it doesn't have to be a full, it could be a circle, it could be whatever you want it to be. Alright, so I'm going to scrape this up. This is when the OCD comes in, like, where can I put this extra paint? I don't know. Maybe back here. Or maybe I'll use it later. Alright, I should have brought out my palette. Be prepared. Okay, so anyway, here we go. Now we're going to go on to, would it be any different if I did this any differently? No, of course not. It's going to be like this. So now I'm going to go into a different color. And this is called chromium oxide green. But it's just a different color of green. Just put a little bit on there. And you can water it down if you want, if you want your paint to go further. And you want to cover those pencil lines. So have it blend if it needs to be. And this is a great way to do a grungy background or just a full painting on its own. I'm just showing you technique. You guys will, of course, do it the way you do it. And you can see there's some dark green in there. It's not a big deal. Hi, Annie HX. Oh, I got 20 viewers. I got all these people in here. Annie HX. Lindsay Crafts. Hello, my love. Got all these people. Marilyn, hello. Okay. All right. Well, y'all know coming to my shows or even my videos, I'm crazy and things happen to me all the time. That's why I don't edit. Well, besides the fact that I don't really know how to edit. I mean, I don't have the patience to sit down and edit. So everything you see, mistakes and all, are completely me. Now I'm going to go for a different color green. This is called, if I can open it, Permanent Green Light. And I'm going to put that down here, just a few drops. You can see how bright it is. Now, here's a tip for you guys. If you do not have different color greens and you only have one green, you know what's fun and that you can do? You take a little bit of white and you just add, you put out your dark green, you add a drop of white to it. Then you do another drop of your dark green, add 2 drops of the white in it, and you're making different colors of the green. Now that was a fluid acrylic. You can see it doesn't cover very well. So I'm just going to pull off some of this dark and just kind of fill in. I'm not going to worry about it. It'll just mix, but it's still light. So don't say, oh, I can't do that because I only have one color green. Add white to it, 1 drop, 2 drops, 3 drops, and you will get different colors. Okay. Does that make sense? You don't have to have all these colors. Right, or add yellow, right, exactly. Make a color green. It doesn't matter. It's just the fact that you're doing it. Now this is Martha Stewart's Granny Smith, which I'm assuming Granny Smith apple. Now I got these on clearance. I buy Martha Stewart paints when they're on clearance because Michael's has them on clearance all the time. Now that's very dark. I mean, that's very light rather, but that's okay. I want that contrast. And you can pull some of the dark green down there. Nothing you do is a mistake. Because we're just making a background. And it's just to show. And like I said, you can water it down a little bit if you want it to go further. And blend it like it's watercolor. If you add water to it. And you see how it's covering, but it's changing that color. Well, I don't really like that, so I'm going to go back in with my tissue, my paper towel, and just give it a wipe and a blend. So it kind of blends back into there. And that's another way you do that, and you can cover those seams if you want. You don't have to cover the seams, but you can just blend it with your towel. It doesn't matter. Remember, you're the one doing this, so it's whatever you like. It's nobody else's choices. But can you see the different colors that we got going on? Yes, remember to save I always save the towels and use them. But this one's wet right now. But yeah. Save your paper towels, use them for texture, use them for backgrounds, use them for whatever you want. Now I'm going to go in a neon type color. This is from Artist Loft, and they're a great brand that Michael sells. And this is a green neon. And I'm going to do that color. Although I don't find these as neon-y as I like, but they're great paint. And they're nice and smooth and they're inexpensive and they are on sale all the time. Okay. So we have that. Now we have one more color. We got our two lights down here. And I think I will go with, maybe I'll go with, maybe I'll just go straight with the green gold. If I can open it. Oh, these things. I hate it when you can't use your hands. This is just green gold. If you don't have green gold, take green, put a little gold paint in it, and you're good to go. This is a bit watery too. And you can see underneath I have that paint that's squirted. I don't care. Because we're gonna go over everything. I'm gonna blend it. Okay. I'm going to rinse off my brush, and I'm going to take this right here and kind of blend it in so it's not so much. I have some of that there. Because we just want the without a fingerprint of Kelly. And yeah, you know what? It looks like a bunch of crap right now, but that's not, it's going to be good. It's going to be good, I promise. So far, this is our grungy background. All right, and I'm going to set this over here. And let that dry for a minute. I'm going to wipe up my mess because I am a messy, messy girl. As you all know. Any questions so far? I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory. We're just having fun, playing around, talking, getting paint squirted all over us. Hi, Kathy. Okay. Yeah, I have the neon pink as well. You're new here, Kathy? Woohoo! Welcome! Welcome to my crazy, crazy world. Okay, so let me feel this. Oh. Not dry yet. We shall give that one more minute. And while I'm doing that, I need to grab my inks, which I shall do now. Alright, I'm still here. I promise, I promise, I promise. I'm going to do a dark color so y'all can see it really well. And let's hope it works. If not, then we'll just have a cool background to rip out and use. I am going to use my Liquitex inks. I'm going to try a Liquitex ink, and then I'm going to try a Dilutions spray. Now, Dilution spray, you can make your own sprays. You can use, you know, I use food coloring. I don't have any here right now. And I did find this, but I don't know what's in it. So, I mean, we can try it, but I don't know what the heck I made in there. It could be alcohol ink. I have no idea. But I'm going to use my Dilutions spray. It's going to be Funky Fuchsia. I'm going to use acrylic. These are my favorite. These are always on sale at AC Moore and Michaels. Pick up 1 or 2 at a time. Use a coupon. These are fantastic. These are Liquitex inks. And then I'm going to use a acrylic paint. Maybe I'll use this green. I want things to show up so you can see. I wish a lot of places would... Yes, I'm sorry. For those coming in a little bit late, this is what I did. I took a stencil and I laid it down, and if I was organized... Okay, wait, I think I found the stencil. If you guys saw the desk next to me, you would pee your pants. See, now look, that's that shaving cream puffy paint, and it came off the page right onto this. So, I mean, not shaving cream, with the glue in it. And that's not good. I took this stencil, and I put it here, and I used regular white gesso up on the top and clear gesso on the bottom, and we're going to see what we can do. But it still needs to dry a minute. So, I read something here, Michael. I have tried to get with many companies. I Love to Create, actually, is one of them. And I had the first person I spoke with said, Yes, we would love for you to show on YouTube and show the things. And I was all set up, and then they wrote me and said that the higher up from them decided no, and because they have a select people, which I'm sure you guys have seen videos and stuff from people like the Crafty Chica, and I know they just hired a little, well, he's not little, I think he might be 15 or 16, who I adore him, but they just put him on their team and all, because I wanted to show people, I love showing people who are new, and I love showing people, that piece of dog hair will not come off, I love showing people who are new, and I love showing people who are disabled that, don't lay down and die, don't stop, keep going, you know? I like to show, I only show products that I really believe work, and if they don't work, like the Tim Holtz that I talk about all the time, first set of acrylic paint dabbers that don't work at all, you know, I want to tell people. If you get those Easter egg tablets, put water in a hot water in a spray bottle, and then put the tablet in, and then put a little bit of your school glue in it, like a squirt, and shake it, because that'll act like your glue, and shake it, and you'll have a nice color. Matter of fact, I'll do a video on it, because I have some of my own, so I was planning on emptying this and doing one, so I'll do a video and show Marilyn. But I don't know about you guys. Oh, 21 people, I feel so blessed. If you're a guest, I see that we have a guest here, please sign in. Please sign in. You can sign up for Ustream at ustream.tv, confirm it in your email in a matter of seconds, and then you're in. So, well, you know what? Those paint dabbers, people have... Oh, okay. Yeah, at the end, will you? So I can see it at the end? I would appreciate that so much. About the black light painting. Because I'd love to watch it and try to figure it out and then put it in, like, Kelly terms, is what I call it. Well, you know, I mean, they have their own gig and their own thing that they do, and I think it's great. I don't think that, you know, I mean, I can't, what am I going to do? I've contacted many companies and all, and they all have their little, you know, things, and I like to do stuff. Oh my God, 22 people. I might pee my pants on here, because I just at the last minute decided to do this. Oh, yeah, that sounds great, Marilyn. You know what, there are items that I love and that I show you guys, and I've mentioned before, like these Liquitex inks and these I do still buy. I go with my husband and my daughter, or I just use a coupon, or I watch when they're on sale, because when they're 40% off, you can get 2 for the price of 1. And I just start picking, I always tell you guys, Roy G. Biv, whether it's acrylic paints, whether it's sprays, whether it's inks, whatever it is, go red, orange, yellow, blue, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and then your purple, and then your black and white. If you write those colors down and you start picking when you have the, because look, I'm on SSI, and this year they're taking everything from me because my husband made a few thousand more than the year prior. So they're taking any money I have. So you're going to see me even making more products and more things. Right. Well, it's hard. I know. I want to go to Cha, so be it. We were so excited. My husband brought 3 scratch-off tickets. This is so Kelly, me talking about things that don't matter. But my husband bought 3 scratch-off tickets for us, and he came home yesterday, and we all, me and my daughter and him, we scratched it off, and we were so excited. My daughter won $10. I'm like, it wasn't the 5,000 or the 200,000, it was $10. And so she said, well, go buy 2 more of these tickets, and or, you know, buy the cheaper ones, so we each get one, and we'll just keep putting money in, you know, until, with everything that we want, until we win big. But, yeah, the paint daubers that I bought them off of QVC. Well, my husband bought them for me as a surprise. and they really don't work. And I've pushed in the little dinghy. The paint is too thick. The paint is too thick to come through the dauber. There's not enough, like, what word do I want to say? Friction in there to shake it up real good to get it to flow through. Now, the new ones my daughter bought me, and they work fine. They got a ball in them. They're fluid, and that's what I want. So I'm going to have to think of other things to do with them. Well, that's more than we ever won. She's like, I won! And we're like, oh my God, because we're looking at our card. She's like, I won 10 bucks. All right, so this is dry. You're going to hear my dog in the background, which... Ugh. She's my crazy dog. Yep, that's her. Okay. Yeah, that's what we usually get, a buck. My husband will call, we want a buck. I bought a new ticket, another ticket, hoping. But hey, yeah, you're right. 10 bucks is 10 bucks. And like she says, she, you know, we'll just put it in to get, you know, I mean, that's how the lottery gets the money, isn't it? You know, you take that 10 bucks, which really, you know, I mean, it's nice to win 10 bucks, but yeah, when you finally figure out how to beat it, let me know, because I've tried everything. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take my Liquitex ink first, and I shake it up. I don't want to keep you guys here forever and bore you. I could sit and talk, as you guys know, forever. And I'm just taking some, and I'm going to put it on here. And I'm going to take a brush. Maybe I'll just use my brush here. My water's kind of gross. I want my brush to be as dry as possible. So I'm doing it on my crappy towel. And I'm going to paint. It's a pretty color. I'm just going to paint halfway down. Now I might as well do the whole top. That's a pretty color. And that's a little water in it. And now I'm going to do a little bit on the bottom of the clear. And see, I'll just pull some more of this off. Now remember, this is just a piece of drawing paper. It's not mixed media paper. It's not watercolor paper. I'm doing this as plainly as I can. It wasn't gessoed except for the pattern that we did. So understand the paint, whatever we use is going to be sucked into the paper. I didn't want to use a very expensive paper, not expensive, but like a watercolor or mixed media in case you guys don't have it. So I wanted to use just a plain thin sketch paper, which could be printer paper. You can also take printer paper and fold it in half and glue it so you get one sheet and it's doubled and it's, you know, protected, a little bit thicker. Now I'm going to use a little bit of the spray like that, and I'm just going to run across, and I'm going to go a little bit on the clear and blend it with my blue. So that's the spray. And then I'm going to take my brush and dry it again. Oh, I could be boring, at least to my family who never listens to me. Now I'm just going to use a regular acrylic paint. It could be folk art, ceramic coat, store brand, whatever you have. This is just regular plain acrylic paint. And this is going to go, I believe, on both. I sit and talk to myself half the time. Or my dog. Now a little bit of that spray is mixed in because you know that spray is not permanent. But you see, that's acrylic paint. And I'll just put a little there. So I'm going to give this a second to dry. And I'm going to read what we're writing. Your dog, usually, I mean, I have my dog, like, I have two dogs in here with me, but they don't really fuss too much. It's my one dog out there who, Friday the 13th, Peter won 1,000. I'd really pee on camera for reals if I won 1,000 bucks. It is the challenge color. No, what it's... Okay, I'm going to dry it. I'm going to dry because I get excited. You want this to be completely dry. Now you can do this on whatever kind of paper. Now I did the white gesso and the clear. We're going to see what works the best. Just going to give it a quick dry. And then I'm going to take a piece of clean paper towel and I'm going to try to find my water bottle. Try is the word that we're looking for here. A water bottle. I think this could be it. I'm going to spray a little bit. Now we know that the Delusions is going to come off. But watch what happens. Now remember, my underneath is not completely dry because of, I didn't let it. Because I'm so excited to show you the guys this. But you see your stencil coming through? Oh my God, if my dog would just be quiet. And I'll do that top blue again. And you want to make sure each side is, need to wet that a little bit more. Now remember, I did not stencil perfectly. If that makes sense to you guys, I didn't make sure that it didn't go under and do everything perfectly. I just did, you know, to give you guys an idea. This is for you to play. This is to make a great background of something. Because you can see it's still wet, and what it's doing is it's, you know. Plus, I think if you did it, if I would have done it on, you know, you can do it on gessoed paper and all that fun stuff. I want to do this one more time. And just wipe. Yeah. I love this. And I'm going to show you why in a minute. Oh, that's it, Cal. And like I said, you want to make sure it's all the way dry. And you can go in individually. You know me, I have no patience. But you go till when you're ready. Like I said, you know, what it does is it makes those gessoed parts much lighter than the dark parts. And here's another tip. I mean, look how cool. Here's another tip for you. If you don't have stencils, don't be icky about it. Don't be like, I can't do that because I ain't got me no stencils. You know what? Don't use stencils. You know what I mean? Use your paintbrush and just do lines. You know what I mean? Like I mean, you see I did different, this is acrylic ink, this is paint, this is whatever kind of spray you have. It doesn't have to be Dilutions. It could be a spray that you made. You know? The acrylic paint also did, however, I didn't, because it's not all the way dry, I have to get in here to wipe the acrylic paint off. The paper is still not dry, and it's a cheap, it's, like I said, it's like printer paper, this paper. So, I don't know if you can see, like, where it started coming off over here. And once it's dry, like, even like here, this is the Dilutions, which is the same as up here. But it didn't, because it's not all the way dry, it's not coming off yet. And honestly, I like this look. You get this raised texture to go in on. But like I said, this is acrylic, the acrylic inks, and this is paint, this is the spray, and this again is the acrylic ink. And you can get F&W also at Michael's and AC. I think it's just Michael's though. F&W, and use your coupon when your 40 off coupon. I know Michael's right now has 20% off everything, so you know, that's it. Now let's see. Let me take my white gesso. This is what I wanted to do and I forgot. Let's try this. I'm gonna put a little of my white. Oh dear Jesus. Okay, I'm gonna put a lot of white gesso right there. Okay. And I'm gonna dip my cosmetic sponge in it, and I'm gonna go like this. Over the blue. And then over the blue. And let's see. Oh, a little thicker right there. Come on now. Work with me, mama. Let's leave that dry for a second. I will put my sponge in there. I need another paper towel. And while that dries, I'm going to bring the other one back and we're going to have fun for a minute. Okay. So here we are. We're back with our green. Green, 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 green. Okay. Let me put the rest of my greens away. Except the one that exploded on me, which I will have a talk with later. Oh, yes, we will, little green. Don't be hating. Crappy green. Okay. Now, let's do some fun things. I'm trying to get all this. I am such a hot mess. Let me check the, while I shake this, let me check the chat. 21 viewers. I'm so thrilled. I do threaten my paints. Yeah, you can use stamps or your finger. I don't, you know what? I don't know. So I'm doing that, you know, after you said that about the paint, I know the page isn't dry all the way, but I'm sitting here thinking, I'm going to try the acrylic paint one more time on the dabs that I just did, because that'll give everything a chance to dry underneath and see what we get. We'll see. I don't know. It worked. The acrylic paint worked before. I think still in all, it's a great look, even though if that yellow doesn't come off. It might need a thicker paper, or it might not work. I don't know. So I love the whole look, but like I said, it seems, like you said, the acrylic, I'm just squirting some black down right there while I'm talking to you guys. The acrylic paint really seemed to go in there, and that seems to be the clear. Although it worked perfect with the acrylic ink, if that makes sense. It is the green's fault, not the green's fault, it's the bottle. Bye, Effie. Thank you so much for coming. Okay, so here we is. F&W is a brand of acrylic inks, just like the Liquitex. You can also use your India inks for this too, for what we just did, because it's ink. It's an ink based. So you can also use your India inks if you have them. You can use your F&W is where the painting, the golden and all those paints are in Michael's. It's on the bottom shelf. They're just like the Liquitex inks. They come in metallics. They come in regular colors. You can use your coupon, get them half off. Annie uses those a lot. I don't have any, but my friend Elaine and Annie use them all the time. Okay, so right now I'm going to, oh my God, strangle my dog out there, who I love very much. Please don't write me and tell me that I'm a horrible animal lover, because I love my animal. She barks at anything. If we order food out, I don't even know how she knows, because she will sit at the top of the steps and bark until they come. How does she know? They say dogs are stupid. They're not stupid. Mine aren't anyway. And then I have my spider dames. Anyway, okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grunge this up. And let me just check to make sure. Okay, here I go. So, can you see, because I'm going to show you. Here is my black acrylic paint. It's just, I always buy big black, stop, Kelly. Okay. I always buy big black and white and brown, but mostly black and white acrylic inks. The cheap, like these big ones, it is 8 ounces. And this is black, and I have a white one, and I have a brown one. And I do that because I use these for so many things, and you can't go wrong having black and white. And I use a coupon. They're still only $2 or so to get all this. And it's definitely worth it because it can, you know, you can mix it with colors. You can do so much with it. You know what I mean? Yes, thank you guys. Bye. Okay, so I'm going to, you see this is like a liquid here. This is like, I cannot do this all together. I'm really weird. This is like a liquid ink. Now, if you have the Liquitex inks or the F&W inks, by all means, use them. But I'm not. I want to show you guys what to do with black acrylic ink. So, to grunge this up a bit, I'm going to do 2 different techniques. So, this half, I'm going to drip. So, I'm going to put this up. You're going to have to look at me in my pajamas and messed up. Well, okay. I'm going to load my brush up on both sides and just run it through. And then I'm going to run it over the tip like this and watch it run. And just go. Now, some people don't like drippage. I am a drip, especially if it's like red for blood, because you guys know I love. And then just give it a tap. And you have really great, you know. Now, like if you look over here, you can see this one kind of went like wacky sideways. Just go over it again. It's hard to get this on camera. And kind of tilt it. Come on, baby, keep going. I might not have had it as wet as I needed it. And kind of tap it. It's funny how on the camera it makes it look sideways, like the other opposite way rather. Okay, so we have drippage. Sometimes drippage is good, not all the time. And you women know what I'm talking about. Okay, so that's one way to do it. And the next way, which is my funnest way, I could show you 20 different ways to grunge up, and I will on my show, like on my YouTube, is go over it. Remember, it's acrylic paint. It's not going anywhere. We'll do the bright green on the bottom. You don't have to go over all of it. You can go over some of it. You can do whatever the heck you want. It's yours. Remember that. And I'm going to give it a second to dry. I don't know if this helps drying, but people say. Is that good? That's all you hear is me? Oh, my dogs. I swear. I swear. Okay, now I'm going to take some water. And I'm going to just squirt it. Because my acrylic ink is so wet as it is. And then I put it on here. And then I'm going to wipe. And watch what this does. Now, I didn't put it all the way down there. But because you're a paper towel or whatever you use, I have rags too I use, has the black on it. It's going to go. So you get, see, it's hard for you to see on camera, but I can see it. It darkens it. So it gives it this grungy, deep, I feel like Nirvana's playing in the background. I don't know if you guys are old enough to know who that is. Now maybe I want it darker. So let me put another coat on. You can coat up, and you don't have to do it all if you don't want it to be all one, you know what I mean? Like one black or grungy or whatever your goal is. But it just helps give this beautiful, like, dark, I don't know, I can't explain it. And I add just a little bit of water just to help lift it up, and you can leave it sit as long as you want. I'm going to wipe up my black here. Oh, I got some green in there too. And when I wipe it, my paper's getting wet. Yeah. Oh my God. In love. In love. I'm in love. I'm sorry. Now my fingers are sticking because I'm obviously a sticky person. But like I said, now mind you, please excuse the fact that I'm on camera and it's hard to like maneuver. Normally I would turn it towards me to drip, but you get the idea. You don't have to have special inks or anything like that. These are great. These you can buy, I believe, I think Tam gave these to me. I can't recall. I don't recall. Somebody lovely gave these to me. And you can buy these in Michael's and AC Moore, similar to these for like $1.99. You get 2 of them. And these are great to really water down your blacks or your whites or even a different color if you're doing, let's say you're like, I would do the background pink, all different pinks and then do the black on it. Or maybe you want to do a purple or a pink and then do purple on it to give it that tint. You don't always have to do black, but they're nice to have mixed because you can use them in so many different ways, if that makes sense. Bye, Linda. And I don't know how well you can see this darkened this and gave it a great look. Now you can throw crackle on it. Throw some white school glue and let's see. Let's see what we can do here. Which way should I do it? I'll do it this way. Let's just throw it all into the pot, shall we? Let's go big or go home, right? I'm going to brush down my glue. Oops, sorry, I'm hitting the camera. All right, brush my glue down. I'm going to dry off my brush first. Rinse off my brush. Dry my brush off. Let's pick green and I say a pink. Well, hello, pink. Oh my God, I'm going to strangle my dogs. Okay. We're going to do a pink. Shaking it up. I'm going to be so sore later. This is called Baby Pink. Beautiful color. I'm just going to go like this. Oh, that would be enough. And it looks white on the camera. Believe me, it's pink. And I'm just going to run it down. Hit the camera every time I get to that one spot. Okay. Rinse that. And we're going to wait for a minute and see that. Yoshi, please! She doesn't listen like Spyro does. Spyro will listen. Now we're going to watch the... I'll move in while it crackles so you guys can see. Hopefully it crackles and I don't make a big jackass out of myself, but we shall see, won't we? Won't be the first time I'm a jackass. I'll help it with a little bit of heat just to dry faster. It is better if you leave it dry on its own, but my gosh, it's 12 after 2. I got you guys here for way too long. I see the little cracks. Come on, baby. Well, I'm going to show you something important in a second. I'm going to give that a second. I'm going to read the... Take it back because it looks like crap that way and see what we got going on. I do have... Yeah, yeah. I want to show you guys, it needs time to dry, but I want to show you how the cracks start. And I want to show you the mistake I made. Can you see the crackles in here starting? But the mistake I made was, and it is because I'm in a hurry and it's hard to do, I got these thicker parts in here that, now I can do this and it'll add texture, but I shouldn't have done those thicker parts there. I should have paid more mind, but because I'm in a hurry and I hate making you guys sit around while paint dries, and it's not you guys, it's not you, it's me. But you don't want those little, like, squigglies there, in all honesty. You want to kind of just, you know, put it on there. But, and it is better just to let it dry by itself. But you know me, I don't. Just want to dry those big puffy pieces. But it will crackle, and I'll take a picture of it. It just is, everything's wet. The paper's still wet from the black. And you get a really cool look with it. And like I said, doing the dark on the bottom. Now let's say like this. And this will be the last thing. And then I'll let you guys go. Let's say, which I've done a million times, and I'm sure you guys have too. You make something and you're like, oh, I can't stand it. And it's acrylic paint. Take your paintbrush or your spray and water it down. Now I did dry a lot on here. You know, I did use my heat gun on here, so some of it is dry. But this is a tip, because I get so frustrated when I see people and they're like, oh, I screwed up, I did this, I did that. There's never a screw up, just go with it. Take a piece of paper towel or whatever you use, you know, your rag or whatever you use, and wipe it. Now this is a little bit more dry, like drier than I want it to be. But if you do this a couple times, you're going to get that texture off, and then I'm going to show you. And push hard so it comes off, because it peels like, you know when you get paint on your hands and you peel it off, like I always have paint on my hands and peel it off? Like glue, which is like the most satisfying thing in the world, peeling it off. Okay, so I'm going to pretend like we got all that I want off. I'm going to give it a wipe. Then, and don't put whatever you have on your hand there, right there. Take your, what did I do with it? My black. I'm just going to pour it in the middle. This is like a quick, fast, easy Kelly way that I do things. Because when I start getting frustrated, or I'm just going to pour some black on there. I'm going to take my paintbrush, make sure it's wet. I'm going to go in, and I'm just going to go around that pink. I'm going to give it a second. And if you want to do green instead of black, I want you guys to be able to see this on the thing, but I got that green sitting here. Let me get some of that. You can go over with green I mean, it's all a matter of playing. And remember, grunge is grunge. There's like no right or wrong. Grunge is just like, it looks grungy, right? So I'm going to leave that sit for a minute and let that soak in. I'm going to read. Exactly. You know, there are no mistakes. There's always ways to fix things. Yeah, and if you add mica powder to that and draw, yeah, exactly. And I could sit and hold the heat gun on the black or on the pink for a long time, and I'm going to spray a little bit more water. And it will, you know, bubble up and give you all kinds of texture. And then I could put the black over it, or anything that you want. It doesn't have to be the black. But I'm going to go in and I'm going to, because I want that pink. You're going to see. I'm lightly wiping it. I'm going to lightly wipe it that way. And this is going to darken up our green a little bit more, but I don't care. Then you can go back in and you can wipe off your green more so your green comes through more. I mean, yeah, this is this is relaxing to me. I know to some people it's like a pain in the ass, but to me it's relaxing because I don't even know why. I think because I'm weird. And my fingers keep sticking. But you can see, you can definitely peel the acrylic paint off, and I don't want to do that right now, so I want to make sure it dries. And then you can go in, like I said, again with your green. And go over it so it has a fresh coat of green on it. And you're just adding texture. You're adding grunge. You're adding crap to it, which is basically what grunge paper is. And over here, the same. If you want it to go a darker green, take your green and just kind of put it kind of anywhere. It doesn't have to be in one place. You know what I mean? You don't have to cover the whole thing. And you still have your black runny because that acrylic dried. And you have all these great textures. So there's a million things. Nothing is ever ruined. And then you go on from this, where it's not that big pink mess. It's just a piece of what your grunge is going to be. Does that make any sense? I don't know. I live in my own head. You know, you guys know that. It's just nothing is ever, believe me, nothing is ever wrong or wasted. You just use it to your advantage for the next step and don't touch it with your fingers because then you will take it off. And if you want to wait until that's dry and then throw another coat of green over it, by all means do it. But you're just adding grunge. We just grunged that up. Now you'll go on to the next step. Or, like I said, do this. So, grunge is like if you look at this, and it's hard for you guys to see on the camera, but we'll do this side over here since it's brighter. You see how it's not like pretty? So you could use this as an ATC background. You can use part of this as an ATC background. You can use this, and then you would put it's like, how do you explain grunge? I've done grunge journal pages. I never thought to take one out to show you. It's just like dirty and like not, you know, you want to start very dark and like not all there kind of thing, not a pretty kind of thing. Grunge isn't pretty. It's like, looks like it's dirty. It's been through something. It's like crumpled up. Like I said, this could be a background of a ATC you can cut out, or you can cut out this bottom part, maybe put a clown on it, maybe put, you know what I'll do? I'll have to find a couple grunge ATCs and put them on All Things Creative so you can see it, so you understand more. This to me is grunge because it's just, what the hell is it? It's all these different colors of green. And like I said, you can water it down more and make sure the green comes through more. When you look at this, you see green, but you see a dirty green of all the colors. It's very hard to explain. I don't know if anybody can explain any better than me. Well, thank you, Bye-bye. I hope you have a good day. Yeah, like I can't explain grunge. I don't, like, I can do it, but I can't explain it. Hi, Judy. No, I didn't mean vintage. I meant like, ugh. I'm trying to think how to explain it. Hi, Dixie. I don't know. Does anybody have like a better explanation than I? Yeah, Nirvana was grunge. Like, it's like, I don't know. I know how to do it. I just don't know how to explain it. Yeah, like junky and dirty looking, and like I said, like when you look at this right here, the pink and all with the green, it looks like it's like not right. Just I'm horrible. Yeah, you know what? I'll put a couple pictures in there in the group so you guys can see more because I'm horrible at explaining things. You know, it's just like she said, vintage isn't the right word that I want to use. So this is all still wet. Vintage isn't the word I want to use, but I don't know what word to explain grungy. Rusty, yeah, like just dirty, like old, grunge, Nirvana, Pearl Jam, that era. Yeah, I'll put some, I'll put pictures up just to explain it, and I'll even do something grungy and in an art way to kind of show you the whole process through. These are just a few things you can do to get the grunge. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you want to do this, you know, and you like get bright colors and you blacken the, you know, you darken them up, and then like you add like this is like another layer for me, and then I'd go on from there. Like I said, this side is definitely, you know, start to a grunge. Like I said, this would be a great if you cut it out, you know, or on the bottom, a great ATC card beginning and all that kind of thing. So I don't know. I will have to find a better way to explain grunge because I can't explain it. You have to be in my head. My head. Who the hell wants to be in my head? That's all I gotta say. When you feel yucky looking, that's my daughter's room. And the need to wash it. Yep. Rode hard and put away wet. That's a good way. I like that one. I might have to use that as the end of my thing. You know, remember, be kind to each other. You know, everybody's fighting a battle, whatever I say, because my mind's out of it right now. And then say, I'm sorry I'm so out of it. I was rode hard and put away wet, baby. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I'm trying not to. That was good. I like that one. Judy Foster, are we friends on Facebook? I don't know. If we aren't, you better, because you got my sense of humor, girl. Yeah, it's like hard to explain. He needed a wash, yeah. Kurt Cobain, bless his soul. But yeah, I definitely will put a couple pictures in All Things Creative. That's our group. Look it up on the Facebook, All Things Creative, and let you guys look at it and see. So maybe it'll be more self-explanatory when you look at it instead of me explaining it because I can't even explain where I live. Do you know what I'm saying? Alright guys, I hope this was like flying by the seat of my pants. I'm sorry if it was so sporadic and like crazy and wacko and that you guys are ready to pull your eyes out. I appreciate it. I can't believe I had like well over 20 people here at the last minute. I don't know how to thank you guys. I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed that I can't even express in words how blessed I am for you guys. So, and everybody who watches this on YouTube as well, give it a thumbs up if you like it. I hope that, you know, you can make it to one of the shows. I am so blessed and thankful for everybody who made it today. Annie will be live Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And look for her Wednesday art journal videos. And also she put 2 new challenges up in All Things Creative. One is an art journal challenge, and one is a challenge where you use the color blue on anything but an art journal. It's called anything but an art journal. So you can make anything in the world as long as it's blue. So I want to thank you guys, and you can check me out on YouTube under Kelly Donovan. I'm going to put my YouTube in very quickly because that's just how I roll. Excuse the side view of this face. about to go here. YouTube's being very slow. Boy, it is being really slow. You guys put your links in for everything. Put your links in for your Etsy's, your YouTube, your web page, whatever you want. I'm a visual learner, so I have to like see things. All right, it's just not letting me put it in. Why? Why are you being so mean? I don't know why. All right, I'm going to open that up that you sent me there. Etsy is a store where people sell things. Oh, hey Sherry, how are you? I put that the link in that you gave me, and it says it doesn't exist. How come it doesn't exist? Oh, Jackie, I can't wait. Did you put your... Yes, you did. You put your link in. How come my link won't go in? It's being unfair. Oh, my gosh. Anyway, if you look up knitting and things in one word on YouTube, you'll find me. I can't... It won't let me put the link in here. You have to join, and then anybody can sell. Yeah. Yep. I'm starting at a new place. I sold on there for years on Etsy, but I'm starting at madeitmyself.com. And that's where I'm going to start putting my stuff. Yeah, I'm knitting and things on everything. On Pinterest, Facebook. I'm Kelly Donovan or Knitting and Things. And, yeah, can you hear my husband must be home. But, all right. I'm going to be out of here now. So I want to thank you guys so very much, and thanks for putting your links in, and thanks for everybody who's going to be watching the replay on my YouTube. And I hopefully will see you next Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern. If all goes well, we shall see. But Annie will be live Thursday at 9 p.m. And come join us over at All Things Creative and listen to my dogs bark. Many blessings to you all. Thank you all. And as always, be kind to each other. You never know what battle somebody else is fighting. So thank you guys.